have my signature technique, the way I work with people individually, with singles and couples, which is based on the blend of techniques that I discovered for myself during the life. And just recently, I have launched the app, which is a Gemini Near Me, the self-love and self-help app, where all those techniques like astrology, numerology, affirmations, intentional meditations for one or for two, manifesting journaling with daily prompts, they are collected. We have inspirational field where you can get your quotes of the day, your self-love or relationship cards of the day as well. We have pre-recorded relationship intelligent classes because I didn't want people to jump out on different platforms. So I wanted them to gather their emotional awareness and relationship intelligence within the app. It's like one-stop shop self-discovery, everything in one plate, one solution in one place. And as well, we have a revolutionary feature, Iryna AI, that probably will relate very, very well to the topic you gave me, because
Ooh.
will yeah, I'm not nutritionist definitely, but I know very well how body is connected to the mind and how those emotions can be destroyful, destructive, and spoiling our life and existence. So we can talk about that. I know how to mix it up, how relate it, and hopefully I'm going to bring the value to your podcast.
Yay. Okay. Let me screenshot you real quick and then we'll start.
Sure.
There we go.
I'll probably do the same if you don't mind. So
Yeah.
I will do the post.
And I'll send you the stuff that I do. Give you a little bit of background on us. We have 3 med spas in Atlanta. I'm actually flying to Fort Lauderdale next Friday to look at office space in Boca for our fourth location.
I live very
So,
close to Boca.
yes, I've already found one in Meisner Park, but just to be sure, I'm going to go look at Deerfield and I'll go look at Pompano. So, we're doing that next week. So we started out just doing IV hydration. Now we do medical weight loss, testosterone replacement, peptide therapy, Botox, dermal fillers, and some different spa treatments. So
That's
now
a
that we,
that's a great thing because I just did, because I work as well as an influencer, and I just did promotion for one IV center. The name is Prime, here just 10 minutes away. They have few locations as well. I usually go to all those centers because it's always related to self-care, to self-love, to all that type of things. So
that
it's
is
a great idea.
perfect. Yeah, so we'll touch on that a little bit. Then see, like I like to show all the podcast guests this. We shoot in the front of the office, and we stay fully functioning IV clinic in the background.
This
So if
is
you hear stuff,
yeah.
I'll edit out all the background noise and normalize all the audio. So you might pick
Perfect.
up some of the stuff
Where
in
are
the
you
background.
based right now, Stephanie?
Atlanta.
So you're in Atlanta. I never been, but I have a friend living there. We went with him on Tony Robbins' event, Meet Your Destiny. So I
Oh,
remember, because I was a foreigner by that time, I didn't live in the United States, but I remembered Atlanta very well.
do you? That's awesome. All right. So everybody's hair looks okay.
Yeah, I don't know about mine. I tried to fix it. Today it's probably, it's whatever it is. It's very,
Same.
sometimes your hair is good, sometimes it's not. You know, as a woman, how it goes.
Yeah, I came to work with wet hair, so this is the best I can do. All right. You ready to go?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, so we're here today with Iryna Wood. She's based out of Florida, and you do a lot of counseling with couples, correct?
Correct. And with singles also.
Oh, well, with singles too. It's not just for couples.
No,
But
not only. I have a lot of women who are looking for love, and they usually address me for self-care and self-love issues.
okay, so let's talk a little bit about self-love because I think that sometimes people will neglect self-care or self-love because they feel like it's selfish when it's actually very healthy for you and it's a must to keep your sanity, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure that we are able to provide something for the other people unless we have it within. And it should be love and it should be light, which is energy. And people All people want to be good. We have 8 billion people on the planet. And believe me, if you ask every single person, everybody will find the reason to be good. That's why people think if they put themselves on the second or even sometimes on the last place after their kids, their partners, and their family members, or even sometimes employees and friends, they would be good. But no, I think it's so destructive for yourself when you put yourself on the last place, excuse me,
That's true.
because otherwise you just can't take care of yourself. And you have to remember that you're part of the universe. And everybody is here for a reason, for a special mission. And God created you to be here to follow your calling also, which is valuable.
I think that you might see a lot of the same types of clients that we do, where they've let themselves go, they've, prioritized their children, their husband, their jobs, and then now they've gained too much weight, or now they're not happy with their appearance, or now their health is in bad shape. And so, they come to us because they're have acknowledged that, wanting to do a weight loss program or wanting to get their hormones balanced is a form of self-care. Are your clients like that?
Absolutely. I'm not working as a nutritionist and not doing anything like you do because you're working on physical level. I do believe that we have our mind, our soul, and our physical body. So we have to work whenever you work with a client, whatever your request is, especially even if it is a weight loss, you should treat yourself on all those levels, and you can help them with a physical level. But if they don't recognize their emotions, and if they don't work on emotional and mental level, it's not going to bring them nowhere, because they will always try to do any kind of procedure, but they have to understand what is the core problem that is causing weight loss.
Exactly. So you do a little bit of Reiki, yeah?
I did, and actually, I've been into Reiki because I had my personal trial. It was related to family drama and the fear to lose the person I loved. So I tried to experience for myself different type of alternative medicine. But again, I never wanted to be a medical. My grandmother wanted me to be a medical, but I wasn't. But I have chosen a helping profession for a reason, and I never regret it, because I understand that everything what I gained, I embraced as well theta healing technique, which is powerful also. And with Reiki, I got it up to fourth degree, and people are allowed to practice it when they have the first degree only.
Oh,
So whatever I touch, I try to get as much professional as I can. But people have to understand it came from Japan, from Mikao Usui. It's healing through your hands. And so that's why they
and
call it alternative.
unclogging, right? Are you unclogging where energy is
Mm,
blocked?
You're not touching people. It's nothing. In the United States, to do Reiki, you have to be certified for massage. I don't want to touch people, so I prefer to
Okay.
stay away, because I know that my superpower is a different thing. But that's what I've been doing before, because I worked even with kids with disabilities when I was abroad. Here, I'm not licensed, and that's not what I want to do. But this is a healing light. But you have to experience the proper level of life, because while doing Reiki, of course, you don't have to drink, you have to do any kind of drugs. People have to be very spiritual. At the same moment, they have to be very grounded, always to respect the balance of chakras and energy balance in their body, and intentions and their thoughts. Only then you're allowed to work with people to bring the healing light through your hands.
Interesting. You work with crystals?
I do. I'm still collecting crystals until now. I always do manifestation and meditation. I believe in the power of the universe and power of every crystal. Why? Because every crystal has the energy where they came from, where they were born, like people. So crystals are coming from different parts of the world.
Yes.
And plus, it's very important to clean your stone since you got it, to understand what is the general meaning of this stone, of this mineral, how it could help you to balance your life. And when you get your mineral, and you have to feel attachment while choosing that mineral, unless it's
Yeah.
gifted to you from somebody else. Because nowadays people know that I'm collecting Buddhas and minerals, so they try to give me it as a gift. So you have to clean the energies. You have to make it with the salt and water to take it out. Sometimes people are using fire as well. So then you can use it at the proper moon day. Put it on your, if it's like not heavy enough, or just do it with your hands, and put your intention and your manifestation into that. So then this mineral is programmed for you, and it will work for you as much as possible.
I think this is so fascinating because I've been into crystals for years. So let's talk about what it's like for people who don't understand how this crystal stuff works, right? So you go to the store or wherever you're going to buy your crystals, and it isn't somebody picks one out for you. You let the crystal choose you, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
And then what people don't realize is that there are certain crystals that you're drawn to based on what's going on in your life. So let's say you're going through a divorce and you're attracted to rose quartz, right? For
Yes,
love,
which is energy. Yeah, feminine.
amethyst for healing. If you know, maybe you're traumatized by something, you're drawn to the black stones, which is protective, right?
Onyx, for example, it takes out the
Yeah.
black energy when it's, destructive for you.
Yes. And then sometimes when people are seeking abundance, then they're drawn to the green stones, malachite,
Yes, and
amazonite.
jade as well. It's very powerful for women. It was considered to be the stone of kings, the stone of power. And for some reason, it's very good for gynecology for women as well.
Okay, so then after you choose your crystals, and because other people's energy has been on them, when you take them home, like you said, you've got to cleanse them, right? You can do sage. I've never done the salt and water, but I've always done the sage thing.
Yeah, it's very good salt and water. You just can leave it before to go to bed because it will clean everything. Because so many people could touch it, look at it,
True.
get jealous that somebody bought it, but you didn't. So there are a lot of emotions. What happens with us, and it can happen and with people, for example, when you get extra weight, and we're probably going to talk about it, and as
Yes.
well with minerals, they're collecting the energy. And when you have extra energy, which is destructive for you, that's what happens. They carry the energy of previous people they were holding to the
Isn't there there's a crystal for weight loss, is it? And I think incidentally it's called apatite, right?
yeah, this is fun.
Is it true? Is it is Apatite?
By the way, I didn't know. I think it's one letter is different. I think
Yes. Instead of an E,
yes,
APA.
yes, yes, yes. I think one letter is different, and it's interesting because I like the science, and I never checked the origin of the word appetite. But if you think about it, what we are compensating when we are having appetite, because when people are in love or they're inspired or they're doing something important for them, they can even forget about the food. But when we experience some kind of fear or anxiety, or we need extra protection, or they say sometimes you're trying to gain weight unconsciously, because we have to remember that there is a conscious part of us and unconscious part of us. When we have unrealized potential, those people who, for example, you see she's skinny, but she has a little bit on her arms or somewhere a little bit in the area of the belly. When you have extra weight in the area of the belly, you have always to check on the relationship with your mother as well, because you're connected through the poop, from the center of your belly. Yeah, that's important. That's fascinating. Your fears can give you the desire to get extra protection. And your food is your best friend, because first thing you think, oh, okay, I need to protect myself from society. So you're creating the gap. You're
I've
creating.
heard that 20 pounds or more that you need to lose is actually body armor, right? That either you have some sort of trauma or you're trying to protect yourself from something.
Yeah, or lack of attention as well. The thing, people don't understand it, but when they feel like nobody sees their talent or their gift, or they're invisible, they're doing so much and nobody cares about it, they can have a huge appetite as well, because they will feel like now this is the moment to become more visible in the society for their surrounding.
That's mind blowing. I didn't
Yes.
know that that was a thing too. That's a psychological thing.
Yeah,
So
there.
if you gain weight on certain parts of your body, like you said with your stomach, you got to check your relationship with your mother. Then what about other parts of the body? What are those telltale signs of?
You always, when you look at the body, it's always what is more lefty side. It's always related to your emotions and to your feminine side, because we all have our masculine and feminine side. Everything what is right side, it's a very general, to be honest, but still, when you hurt your leg, right side or arm or something, you can understand, oh, something wrong with my masculine side, left side, feminine side. And when you see that you have different, how to say, different parts of body they're gaining weight, usually you have to understand, you can check as well on the how did your relatives, ancestors look like? Did they have the same thing? Because sometimes we have fear that we are collecting through years. Let's say it's a war condition and your motherland was bleeding for centuries. So maybe your grandfather had the same issue like you do have now, because you inherited your fear unconsciously, and you have a fear repressed or hidden within you. It's like a repressed emotion, which is related to the fear of loss of the territory or fear of loss of property while divorce. So you wouldn't understand. You're in the middle of divorce with your husband. You're scared to lose your apartment, and you start to gain weight in proper parts of your body. And it could be unconsciously related to the 3 centuries ago when your grandfather was scared to lose the territory. So fear of loss is a fear of loss.
Generational trauma, yeah? That's
Yeah.
what that sounds like
And
too.
about the belly, I remembered one more thing. I'm not professional with hormones, but you do, so you understand how hormones can jump. If you think about the word harmony, it's already contains when all your hormones, that's what
We're
you're
in
doing with your
harmony.
sentence, in balance, then we feel harmony inside. We are peaceful, we are calm, we are pleasant. And when you have all skinny body and just big belly, they call it cortisol belly. Is it correct? Like, because cortisol is a hormone of stress. So you're protecting yourself. And as well, there is another thing that can happen to you when, for example, your body is bloating. If you think about the water, when it's, for example, full moon, everything is going up, ocean going up, like, and our emotions going up, because emotions, they're usually related to the water and our feminine side. So, and we are 70% of the water. So that what happens, all your body starts to bloat when you have
Ah,
destructive emotions.
uh-huh. I do know about when the full moon is out that a lot of emotions can come to surface, or sometimes you're visited by exes or visited by trauma that you thought that you were healed from, right?
Yeah, especially on retrograde Mercury, because
Yes, I
yes,
hate
because
Mercury retrograde.
and retro Venus, because all your exes are coming back. I don't know,
Yes,
maybe to teach you the karmic lesson, whatever they are trying to do.
exactly. So I don't think a lot of people realize that. And, Mercury retrograde is known for people who are into, the spiritual stuff as being like very detrimental for communication and technology, right? Your computers mess up, the internet goes down, your cell phone breaks.
Absolutely correct.
It happens every time.
You know why, Stephanie? Because as we all have and carry our responsibilities, the same thing with the astrology, every planet has kind of responsibility. And when we think about Venus, we are thinking about love and beauty and art. When we think about Mars, we think about masculine energy. And when we think about Mercury, it's always about agreements, contracts,
Yes,
communication.
you're never supposed to sign contracts during the retrograde or leases or anything like
Bravo,
that.
thank you. Thank you. I
I
didn't let
am
my
aware of
husband
that.
sign for the home, and he did. And I said, can we at least do the closure date after retrograde Mercury? Because I was scared we're going to lose the house. And he goes, no, we're going to lose the house if you don't sign now.
I remember putting in a 2-week notice during the Lionsgate portal. You know when that one is?
Yes, I was proposed to get married on Lionsgate.
And you
It was
changed it?
6th of August, and my husband proposed me, and he had no idea. He's Gemini. He doesn't care about spirituality. He's manly man, and has all these stars. So I told him, "Do you know at what kind of powerful day you proposed me?" Oh, August 8th. And he said, "No, I had no idea." I said, "So," but he has great intuition.
Yeah, so sometimes they don't know that they have that gift when all of us have it. Just
Yeah,
some utilize it better than others, right?
yeah.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about numerology. That's another one that's really fascinating. And I don't know if we can relate that to self care. I want to say that I started getting into numerology and into crystal healing and into meditation, binaural beats, all of that stuff whenever I was going through a rough time in my life. And then things start calling to you, or you start noticing certain things. So, what are some things that people need to know about numerology? What is it? What to look for?
I wish people could understand that astrology and numerology, it's nothing against God. It's your self-discovery tool, which is absolutely precise and mathematical. It's
Yeah.
actually your code, your potential with which you've been born. And if you take it smart, not like a fortune telling, but like opening up your potential, you can discover so many things about yourself, like your gifts, talents. You can determine the best money making profession for you, the best educational field for you, the best niche for you, or qualities of your partnership. So astrology and numerology would never tell you, take this guy, he's going to be the best guy ever for you, but it can tell you how to open the heart of your beloved one, how to find the best way for the communication. And if we speak about numerology, probably you've seen like angels numbers like
Yes.
1111 or 2222, because nowadays in area of Aquarius, people are going through a huge awakening, and they see numbers and they see a lot of signs of the universe, because universe is always trying to help us. And when we see those things, they are very helpful. For example, number 5, it's like it's a symbol of priest, it's a symbol of tradition, it's a symbol of legal marriage. Number 4, it's a structure, it's tradition as well, but in a different way. It's more about rule creating. 3, it's very masculine energy, it's an energy of movement. 2, it's an energy of care. 1 is an energy of leadership. 7, it's chariot, people are very fast. That's why they say it's a lucky number. So if you dive into yourself, and by the way, not to change the conversation, but that's why I created Gemini Near Me app, where I put all those things for the self-discovery together,
Yeah.
including astrology and numerology, and the ability to work on your emotions with Iryna AI, your 24/7 pocket counselor. That's where you read about yourself. We have numerological field where you read about your potential, what those numbers who are hidden in your birth potential are speaking about you.
That is so cool. See, once you get into one thing, then you get into the other thing. And so, ironically, my date of birth is 11/11, and I didn't know that it meant anything until, gosh, my mid 30s. So that's whenever I
It's
started
so
doing
funny.
the
May
deep
may I
dive.
do some, may I send something, because I can't hold it right now. First of all, I'm 11 too, but I'm 11 of March. So 11, it's always no number. So I'm not doing any tarot, but in tarology reading, they say that 8 and 11 are mixed up, because 11 is for the meaning, not for the numbers, for the meaning. So 11, it's always about justice, but most of all, it's about power. It's people who are trendsetters, who are like, they're unbelievable employees. They're very detailed, very precise. They know how, like, to close the deal.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I want to say about the 11, because you have 411. So let's say in a perfect world, if you came to me and you say, okay, what's my profession? I would tell you, you would be a great, great doctor. Without knowing that you have few centers, without knowing that what kind of IV stuff you're doing, because that's what you actually picked up,
Yeah.
like medical field, even if you do it from the other angle, but you're still dealing with the health of people.
Yes. Isn't this so
And you should
fascinating?
have great health yourself, because 11, that's what it does give to you.
It's true. You are 100% right. All right, so let's go back to self love again. What is the number one or maybe the easiest thing that people can do whenever they're like on this like self love journey? Like they don't know where to start. Like they come to you and they're like, I just want to feel better about myself. I want to look better. I want to be healthier. Where do I start?
I always say that self love is self care and self value, and you will never appreciate yourself if you don't understand yourself, if you don't accept yourself. You can't accept yourself if you don't understand yourself, and you can't understand yourself if you don't know yourself. That's why I created this app, because I want people to be curious and passionate about themselves. Whatever it is, the advantages, disadvantages, weaknesses, and strengths, everything has a meaning. So the best thing for you, write down the first thing, whatever you're unsatisfied with on the left side, and write down what you are satisfied with on the right side. And make a little description what kind of person you want to be. And if you don't know, because usually we are driving through life under the influence of parental expectations, social media, friends advices, trends and so on. So you can at least say what's your image of the person. I don't know, somebody wants to be like Julia Roberts, with a huge smile. Somebody wants to be like yoga instructor. So give the association for your unconscious part where you are aiming, what's your desirable focus. And that's where you have to start understanding your uniqueness. So I always say, that's where I use astrology and numerology to reflect on your understanding what's your superpower, what you are, what you're meant to be here on this planet. Since you're doing your thing and you're happy every day on daily basis, believe me, you will shine. And you wouldn't care that maybe, I don't know, you wanted to be taller, but you're shorter, because we will feel what kind of meaning you have here on earth. So that's what people have to understand, what they're unhappy with, what they're happy with, where they're going. And after, they have to decode their potential to understand what they really are.
It is so amazing. It's been such a great interview today. Tell us where we can find your app and how we can connect with you on socials, LinkedIn, all of that.
Sure. The easiest way to get in touch with me is Iryna Wood, my social media link at IRYNAWOOD. And as well, my app is Gemini Near Me, Gemini like zodiac sign, GeminiNearMe.com. We have 7 days free trial. It's available for Android and Apple users. And as well, for those who want to go through it and try Iryna AI, which is my special avatar programmed by me and designed to reflect on your emotions, to fight with weight loss or whatever you want to fight with, and to make put yourself in peace with yourself first of all. It helps you to gain confidence, to embrace self-love, to build up healthy relationships with yourself and others. So try it out, GeminiNearMe.com. That's for those who want to check it out first without subscription.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Iryna. I'm so fascinated by everything that you've had to say. I'll definitely keep in touch with you through socials, and I will send you segments of all of our clips as I get them edited.
Thank you so much, Stephanie, and good luck for you for new center
Can you
opening.
hear me, or am I freezing a little bit?
2 times it was a little bit.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Keep in touch. Keep in touch, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.